Guys, he already signed, but he doesn't know that we actually are just clowns. And we are not trying to win that hard, but we are just that good. And then if we just you know, stop.
Do you guys want to watch it? Because I kind of feel like it's gonna like it's 16 minutes long.
I know you probably have lots of questions, so I've decided to make a video, everything G2 related, where you can hear about my thoughts of the team, my worries, my teammates that I always wanted to play with.
Part 2 is about G2 as a team, where he mentions you. Part 1 is his story. The second part, okay, let's go.
Just as anyone else in the team, obviously, like just try. It's a spicy one, so please stay on for the entire thing. And if you have any more questions, just type them down below. And
I played Elise already today. Here's part 2.
So the first question, obviously, that comes to every fan's mind. Why such a big change? And why did you choose?
Wait, I'm probably supposed to retweet it anyway, so let me just retweet it real quick. Yo, Jankos, give us an Udre game.
You as your new home.
For me, it was
Poznań.
Basically crystal clear. Like the last couple of times I tried to get a trophy, G2 were always in my way, and at some point I realized they're probably always gonna be in my way.
Paris, I need to get a girlfriend.
Since I would like to have a couple of trophies as well, and I would love to increase my chance of winning Worlds, I think G2 is a perfect place to be. I feel like their ambition to just always be on top of things, like ever since they joined the LEC or the LCS back in 2016.
Guys, he already signed, but he doesn't know that we actually are just clowns. And we are not trying to win that hard, but we are just that good. And then if we just you know, stop trying, it's fine.
They've always been, in some way or the other, like just a really good team and a really good brand. So I think once they asked me, it was a no-brainer, honestly. Like it was just like, I was super happy to actually get the opportunity.
He doesn't know that his top lane doesn't play like a single solo queue game for like a move. It's fun! Does your contract say you gotta retweet some things? Yes.
And it also feels like a lot of fun to be able to play with Caps again, or Rasmus again. I have two years together with him, and I always felt like we were like a really strong carry duo.
Well, he did kind of destroy B point every time they
played. More crazy aggressive one, and I was more like the consistent, safer one.
Wait, me and Rekkles have the same shirts, look! Ha ha! Ha ha! Woo! Synergy between the jungler and the carry is already popping off, even though we never met each other yet after he joined. Woo!
Complement each other pretty well in this, so I'm super excited to play with him again. And also, I played with Jankos 2 All-Stars, and I had a really good impression of him. I played with Jankos 2 All-Stars, and I had a really good impression. And also, I played with Jankos 2 All-Stars, and I had a really good impression of him when we... I played with Jankos 2 All-Stars, and I had a really good impression of him when we played together there. And I played with Jankos 2 All-Stars, and I had a really good impression of him when we played together there. And I always kind of wanted to see how it was to play.
I'm not sure if you guys, should I repeat it? Did you guys understand? I hope you guys understood, because you know I had to repeat a couple of times. I you know, there's always a lot of you know, when you are from Europe and you are from Sweden, Poland and stuff, you know, the English you speak sometimes slightly different, right? Everyone has like a slight accent, you know. Rekkles speaks English very well, but just wanted to make sure that I checked twice. New sub alert. That's not, yes.
Together with him on a team, so now that I have the chance, that's also like giving me a lot of excitement and happiness. Mickey, he was our sub back in 2016. I really wanted to get him for the 2016 roster, but he was...
Oh, he's talking about the game.
Without experience at all back then, I think. So we didn't feel like it was the correct choice to just put him in.
Oh, I was talking about the handsome. I was talking about Mickey, because he said about the Mickey, and then I said, oh, he's so handsome. I didn't talk about
like the main team straight away, and he was our sub instead for that spring season. And then he went on to Splice, and later Misfits, and now G2, and he's just been like rocking it ever since. So it's...
He said he missed Caps and he would like to play next year with Selfmade.
Also super exciting to play with him, because he is...
Yeah, I'm sure he said in G2 interview, you know, about to join a team, playing with a jungler. He definitely would say that, you know, makes a lot of sense to say that, so that we have good relations going to the
first
team.
And Mickey being the second, but...
You know, there are people who have said it to, like, you know, maybe Carlos, or maybe like, you know, like maybe someone like, you know, his personal friends or someone, you know, because that would make sense, you know. I don't really see it like having a lot of sense, you know, being like public about it, even if he thinks that way. So I see though.
Like
I see what you did there.
To another
He
one
said
of the
it?
best
Okay,
supports
well.
and, yeah, get nurtured under these guys and learn so much under these guys. It's yeah, a very privileged thing of mine, I think, to be able to see what they go for. And for Wunder, I guess I never really talked to the guy like that. We're on complete opposite sides of the map, so we never really interact like that. But he reminds me a lot about Soas, actually. Where he
Rekkles does have a griffin? When did he say that? I mean, maybe he does, but I'm not sure.
He's so like silently every game finds use. I cannot explain or put my finger on what exactly he does right, but I
Silently,
always
Wunder
found it so
silently. He doesn't know it.
so cool to see how someone can like, yeah, go unnoticed for like 20 minutes of the game.
Wait, what the fuck? Someone clipped it
And then
and called it ego? Someone clipped it and called it ego?
play with him again, and also I play with Jankos 2 All-Stars, and I play with Jankos 2 All-Stars. 2 All-Stars.
Wait, it's not ego? I mean, why would you just call it ego? Is it ego? We have to talk. We have to fucking talk. Who did this? How can I see? Can't see. Lucky person.
Suddenly be like, yeah, just carrying it by himself, or be super fed, or have like an extreme lane lead or something. He just like, yeah, without getting noticed, he does something in the game always, and it's cool to see. I think that's exactly what top laners need to do, and reminds me a lot about Soas actually. I am not really worried about the...
Why are you all roasting Jankos? He's an insane player with the knowledge about the map us Silver's viewers could only dream of. We love you, Jankos. Thank you. That's why I'm at least
playing
called
part.
G2.
I know we're gonna be a really good team, and we're all really good players, but obviously there's a little bit of worry in terms of how we fit in socially with the team, or...
Fake comment! You know how much money I pay my viewers every day to say something good about me, and you guys are saying fake comment? Can you at least read it and pretend like you think it's true? Can you at least like read it and pretend that is not paid for? When I'm reading this, be like, Pog, I agree. Like Yeppers or Yep, instead of, you know, Noppers or paid actor.
Culturally, because I'm so used to now how we do things in Fnatic, that maybe it's gonna be like a polar opposite how they do things in G2, and I don't want to come in and change anything, because obviously their recipe of their recipe is a recipe of success.
Except for
so
worlds.
I want to come in
well,
and
I mean, you can
be myself
success
for sure, because
team.
I know now what I need to do to succeed. I have my ways of doing me, but I don't want to come in and change the team in itself. I just want to try my best to be myself, so they can learn over time how to integrate that to the team, but also be there to listen and to learn, because I know whatever they have done up until this point has been something very good. So I want to try to join in on that and try to follow as much as possible to see how I can help in this roster.
Do you consider yourself a natural leader, or is this something that you get comfortable with over time? I mean, right now someone will have to take the duties.
Wait, what was the question?
I mean, right now someone will have to. Is this something that do you consider yourself a natural leader? Or?
I'm not the typical leader in the sense that I will have speeches and maybe talk the most in the room.
You know who has speeches? Carlos does. Sometimes. Like, you know, like I remember in 2018, we were like maybe 220 in scrims over a week. Over a week in 2018, before the summer split playoffs, we were like 220 in scrims. And he came to the house and he made a speech. And then we lost playoffs. It's not like he made us lose playoffs, but I'm not a big speech fan. But I think speeches can be useful. I would never ever listen to Grab's speech though. Like if Grabs starts, I think Grabs tried to make a speech once, and then I just started joking around and like laughing at him. But like, you know, Carlos' speeches are actually like pretty cool, because he's always like, yeah, have fun and stuff. So I kind of like Carlos' speeches, but Carlos likes to do speeches as well. I think he likes it. There seems to have been an issue. He never received my monthly paycheck. Can you pay it now? Let's just watch the video first.
or take the most space in the room. I think I'm much more the quiet guy, or the one that maybe potentially then leads by example instead, by working really hard.
You
and
aren't even
always having
subscribed to your own team.
like a consistently good performance and a consistently good mood in the team.
But I don't use YouTube. I don't watch YouTube, that's why. I don't watch YouTube. Of course, I believe G2 content is the best content in the world. I watch every video, but I just don't watch YouTube. Like, I don't use YouTube at all. Like, I maybe use it for like music, but I don't watch anything on YouTube really. So I'm not a YouTube big kind of guy, you know. I know some people spend a lot of time on YouTube. I'm more of a Twitch kind of that guy, so I just don't use YouTube. I don't subscribe anything on YouTube. So check out the new champion. I did.
Team, but I don't think I'll be the same.
Show
leader Luka
history?
was.
Oh no.
So hopefully the fans don't expect that, because I don't want it to
Click
be
on the channel to see or you watched any video. Look, I watched like every single one. I mean, I don't know how to show it, but I like if you could see it, like you would see it. I'm not sure how do I show
First
it.
week of LEC. Hey,
fair
Wonder, how do
situation
you like
to
the
them
new
or to
items?
myself, where
Wonder,
I'm supposed to
there's
be
new
him,
items.
basically. I think
G2
everyone
Rust,
have to
well,
hear,
fuck.
me included,
Just watch it.
have to realize that it's gonna be a bit differently, and it doesn't have to be
Actually, that's very true. First thing I want to see, hey Wunder, how do you like the new items? Wunder, wait, there's new items? Well, I guess I'll just beat something.
for the
Light
worst.
mode, how do I make it that? Wait, I need to change it. How do I make dark mode on YouTube?
It can be not even for the better, actually. It can just be different. That's completely fine, I think. And yeah, hopefully everyone's just okay with giving it some time. I don't think it's gonna be like from day one everything's great. There are gonna be issues for sure. There are issues in every team. But as long as the intentions are good, I think it doesn't matter if you have the
Chill out,
patience to
DNB, thank
just
you.
let it, work itself out.
Your limited champion pool was
Wha-
always
wait,
kind of
dude,
in the
as far as
way,
the
and this is
donation, I
also
mean,
where it comes that
like when the
maybe
boys
you're
came through.
not as flexible as like, let's say, G2 community expects players to be, because we're famous for doing
Yeah.
crazy stuff. So what shall we see here?
But that's a meme, by the way. Like, I mean, people are memeing that we do like crazy stuff. Like, for me, it's a bit of a meme. This is not true. Double cost, thank you. I mean, like, we are really smart about the game. So we try to make, like, winning gameplays even in a losing game. Sometimes it ends up inting and stuff. I don't think we are like a crazy. I mean, like, everyone's saying we are a crazy team, but like, we are not that crazy, Like, look at me. Do I look crazy to you? Yeah, and thank you. To be honest, though, I saw Shen Jungle being played once in NA, and then I never played in my life, and then I was like picking Shen Jungle the day after, because I was like, oh my god, this has to be good. And then I just played it. Oh, I'm so good at the game, so talented, so lucky to have me in G2. Des Heck, no ego though, no ego whatsoever, no ego. I don't have any ego because I like to improve and learn.
So I think I actually worked quite a bit on this the last couple of years. I realized after
Do I like Rekkles Mickey more? I mean, I played with Mickey more,
or even when I played with him,
know
one of
Mickey
the things
more,
that
so I
made
like
him
more.
so good at the game was that he knew every champion in the game. So if you told him like, hey, play this champion, he'd be like, oh yeah, I played this already in solo queue at this time, and I did this and I did that. And
Hey Jankos, we all know that you love G2 and you also respect Perks and Carlos, but what if Perks and Carlos sends you to C9 in 2022 to retire? Are you gonna take it?
Well, my friend, you know what I mean, right?
it was always like, he knows exactly what he's talking about every time. And then you'd ask me and I'd be like, yeah, I play these 2080 carries, and then I have no idea about anything else. So at that point I realized I have to learn other things as well. I think since then, like the last 3 years or so, I've been quite good actually at like learning new champions and like expanding my champion pool or showing that I can do more things. But I still have this specific mindset, I guess.
I don't want to be a bitch, but you guys are saying 12 mil. But that's not how it works. You will never get, I don't think esport, I mean, maybe in China, you could get 12 mil for like 3-4 years. But if someone would ever come to me and say, hey, I will buy you out and I'll offer 12 mil, dude, I can play in fucking Turkey. I mean, well, for now, of course, I want to win. But if ever that happens, You know what I mean, right?
Where I will, like, if let's say I think something is good, but maybe
Peric's buyout was 12 million. Yeah, but if Peric's buyout was 12 million, doesn't mean he gets anything from it, right? Depends on his contract. There's a chance that Peric's didn't get a single dime from his buyout, but there's a chance he just got a big contract after, right? It depends on the player contract if you get a buyout, like if you have any percent of the buyout negotiated. For example, if I was to negotiate with G2, but I would know that I'm getting kicked or they want to sell me, then I could negotiate in a way where I get like a percentage of the buyout price. And then I can, you know, get maybe some money.
Meta isn't that, I will still stand strong for my opinion and still want to play that. I don't think I will like sway so easily and just follow what everyone else wants to do. Like sometimes I will stand for myself and believe in.
Yeah, because getting grey hair, I don't have any grey hair.
But
I wish I had hair like Rekkles though. He doesn't have any like you know, like this like bald places like here. I wish I had like his hair. So
yeah, I think I've just
look at well, I also didn't go to hairdresser in a while, but you cannot see it because of headphones.
Found a finer line here now where I can still do my own thing, but also play more champions and have more.
I have to full skin this because everyone is flaming with
one of our main strategies historically has been, if you don't know what you're doing, the opponents don't know what you're doing. I mean, obviously that's a joke, but in the many times it's a lot of like organized chaos.
Yep.
So are you ready for it?
I think I am. As an AD carry anyways, it's like a lot about following your...
You're going to hair transplantation in the future?
Teammates. I don't think you are
Depends.
Necessarily.
You know, I feel like if you get a wife, you can get fat and bald and no one cares because she's already like stuck with you. But before you get a wife, I guess you have to try a little bit, you know? You have to be like out there, like being handsome and slim and stuff. So right now I'm just eating, you know, like... Caesar salad every single day, and you know, I'm just like working out every day almost. I'm just trying to look, you know, look decent. Maybe I'll just do something to my hair from time to time so I look better. And then, you know, as soon as it's done, you know, it's just boom, the belly will explode. You know, I will just eat fried chicken every day. You know, never work out again. You know, just shave my head. You know what I mean, guys? Divorce exists. I guess that's true.
One to make the initiative moves. I think you're much more the ones that like the one.
Okay, I guess we have to make kids first. If I have a kid, then you know, to make kids have a good life, she will be stuck with me anyway because you know you wanna make a good life for the kids. So then you know you don't really wanna leave your wife or your husband because you want the kids to have loving family. So then after having a kid, then I can get fat and bald. Nice. Cheers for that.
Supposed to follow and the one that is supposed to help your teammates. So. I think if the team wants to play crazy, I'll play crazy. If the team wants to play slow, I'll play slow, because that is my role in the game. And I don't think it has to be necessarily tied to the champions you play. I don't think it has to be that I play a different champ every game, because that is crazy. I think crazy can be you playing the same champion 10 games straight, but every game is a little bit different depending on what your team wants to do, what matchup you have, what the game plan is. Like, there's a lot of...
What if she gets fat and bald? Well, if she gets fat and bald, then we have to divorce.
Different things.
It doesn't work both ways. Only I can be ugly.
It can happen regardless if you're changing champion or not.
You might have
so
lost your chance of
not necessarily about
girl.
here coming in and playing every mage in the game, every AD carry in the game.
Okay, guys, of course I'm joking, okay? You know, everything you do with your body and everything you do with your mind, you do for yourself. You don't do for the other person. The other person can be there to, you know, have like a nice time. Like you just enjoy time together in your life. You know, you do stuff together. It's fun. It's very fun to have someone to. It's fun to not be alone. It's fun to have someone to like eat a dinner with, talk to, share stuff with, share life with. You know, it's very fun. But like everything you do for yourself. So you know, I'm doing this right now. I'm not doing it. I mean, of course, there is a reason why I'm doing this. You know, it makes sense. Since I'm a single, then it makes sense to take care of myself more maybe than I would like. But it's still, you still do it for yourself, right? So for example, today. I mean, every day I wake up and I eat a breakfast at my table alone.
Jankos, who is the best polished jungler.
Maybe one day I'll not be alone on my table because I'll have a dog or a cat or a girl or Mickey! God. Thank you, RB. And now let's listen.
Maybe some Garen Yumi again. It's not about this. I think it's about me being open-minded and kind of what I mentioned earlier, like being able to come in and listen and learn this recipe.
You know what could be fun? Like maybe I should, like if I ever become a streamer, maybe I should move to streaming house and Mickey should be living in this house too, and then we can live forever, because then you know, it's like a kind of gaming house, but it's a streaming house, and then like we can have fun together and stream and stuff.
Of success that G2 has created with this roster specifically, and just try to fit myself in there somewhere, because I still wanna also remember that like I have also been a part of this.
Wait,
league
I
now
could
for
have
like
played
8 or
mid
9
lane.
years.
I could have played top Camille.
Years or so I should use that as well. I shouldn't come in and basically pretend like I'm a rookie. I should come in and still have, you know, an opinion and use my experience to our advantage.
Win trading. What do you
And
mean?
people, I feel like they see you as a little more serious guy.
Yeah.
So can we expect you to loosen up a little?
I think this question is hard, and this is the only worry I really have of joining the team. As I mentioned earlier, like I know play is gonna be good. My teammates are
This beyond the exam,
they're
yes.
great.
Not
I don't have to
this.
talk about them more. And I think I am a great player too. So when it comes to the game, I know we're gonna be fine. But I am worried about what you're mentioning now with maybe me being more of a serious guy, quieter guy, maybe not the leader that you expect, like not basically perks. I think these obstacles will be the hard ones to overcome, like learning how I function differently, how maybe to loosen up a little bit more. Like these things are the hard tasks I think I have in front of me, which is why it feels okay, I guess, because I know the play part will work, so I can put all of my efforts into like integrating together with the team, working on my synergy together with Mickey, reigniting, I guess, my synergy together with Caps, and finally having the opportunity to play with Jankos and Wunder. I think it's a lot of things I can focus on that are a lot of fun and like a new area for me. I think it's like a really challenging and potentially very fun year in front of me. I think it's like gonna be quite different from the past, but it's making it a lot more exciting than I think just going into another year focusing on play all the time, because I think
It's me,
point,
yes, he
it's
said
not
it to me.
about
I don't know what he
anymore.
said about me.
If
I was
we
actually thinking about something
want to
else.
succeed here in Europe, I realize now that everyone's really good at the game already, so you don't need to think that this is the deciding factor always. I think it can also be how you function as a team, how you communicate, how much you trust each other, these kind of things that are more generic.
Yeah, what the fuck, right? Who wants to play with me?
would
What
be
the fuck?
Much more of a focus point in this team for me.
So there is a theoretical chance that fans gonna
Who would you take for a boyfriend, Mickey or
hear
Rekkles?
you join the team singing in the voice comms.
Yeah, it depends on what song we're singing, but I will chip in if I know.
Shit, dude,
Thank
I'm
you
really
so
bad
much
at
for watching.
karaoke.
As I mentioned earlier, if you have any more questions,
I'm
please
really,
just
really
type
bad
them
at
below and I'll do
karaoke.
my best to answer them.
I'm actually really,
Thank
really
you
bad
so
at
much as well
karaoke, guys.
for your warm welcome to the team. I'm super excited to be here
How
for the next
boring will
couple
be
of
this
seasons, and
scared
hopefully
from
we
the
can
okay.
get more trophies than you already have.
I don't understand. But yeah, I mean, look at him. I have this jacket as well. I didn't unpack it yet, but I have it.